I'm prepping to be there for a week, which is clearly going to get cut short unless I make more money, as I'm prepping to start dropping you that 1K starting in December. I still have to live too, and dropping random couple $100 expenses on me last minute is not the wave. That can be articulated better moving forward. You're going to have to start budgeting as well if you aren't already. You identified 3 sources of income to me, and I've not once counted your pockets, nor asked you to do you have this or that. Come December, my $300 a month will come out of that 1K, and the remaining $700 to be spent on whatever else you need for the crib, except for the crib and the kids, etc. Money not coming in as it was before, and until it does, I had to live off of what is guaranteed to me, which is my Navy check. I'm going out of my way to give you space and respect your grind, and feel ridiculously disrespected this morning by your "that's it" comment. Last month, that last minute $300 had me living off $75 for a week and a half. I couldn't even get groceries and didn't complain once. I made it happen. And that stops today. I have transferred $200, and until I get home and see what else I can do, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to cut next week short, so grind longer on my check next Wednesday. Carry better when I get there to help with more, cut my costs down with travel and lodging.
Oh, girl. When. It just sounds like a baby crying. Girl. He did all of that because you said 2 words, "that's it," and he typed a whole monologue with a bunch of filler words and boo-boo. And but girl, ain't nobody hearing that. Hey, girl, I look.
So once again, where did I lie? Where did I lie? Did I not say that he told me take the $300 for childcare out of that $1,000? Because he brought it to social media.
Girl.
I am tired of being quiet. When people are publicly disrespecting me.
Cause I'm confused on what anybody is lying about, or what's. My thing is, you did it privately. You didn't. He should have just not went live. If I was him, I just wouldn't have addressed it. You got a boo boo character. It's been boo boo. It's gonna be boo boo, and you gonna keep it boo boo. And the people around you.
Mind y'all. Hold on, mind y'all. When this text was sent, I wasn't working. When this was, I didn't have income. When all of this happened, I did not have income. So yes, I have to depend on you for things that I need because I don't have income. You essentially put me out at the side of the road with 3 kids and said, figure it out. Yes, he currently pays child support. He pays $1,700 in child support currently. He does not want to pay that $1,700 in child support. So I have to go back to court April 22nd because he doesn't want to pay that.
Oh, that's petty. Look, honestly, that's what I'm saying. Well, Tasha tried to work with him and he didn't want to work with her. So the court said $1,700. Now, how you like them apples? Because I think Tasha, didn't you say you just wanted $600, $200 for each child? Yeah, I think so.
Yep. He said, I can only do $300. I can't do above that. I said, well, can you at least do $600? He said, no, we're going to court. And court said your income is $0, $1,700.
Someone asked, why does she be... See, it's certain people, the brain don't be there. That's what it is.
Somebody asked, why do I need child support?
Girl.
What?
I can't even entertain that.
What? So is he still not supposed to be responsible for his children?
The children that he uses for content, that he cries with in his videos?
Let's see. Since I'm lying. Since I'm lying. Oh, by the way, I have a recording of the conversation that we had about the child support before we went to child support. I have that conversation too on my iPad.
Wait, friend, can I bring Crystal up? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I asked that too. When he came in with his lawyer, he came in with his lawyer, and the lawyer said, "Oh, those are his checks right here." I said, Did he include the TikToks?" I said, "Did he include the TikTok checks? Because you got more than one. You got more than one income."
I think he said he gonna send us all cease and desist, friend. Wait, I want to show y'all shivering in me timbers. Hold on. I'm shivering. I'm shivering in me timbers. Oh my goodness. I'm afraid, y'all. I'm afraid of a cease and desist. I'm shivering. Girl. Oh. Because I'm like, at this point, I guess so, child. I guess for speaking the truth. Hey, don't hire no lawyer and don't send me nothing until that child support is paid, until that alimony is paid, and until you see them kids. Don't send me. I don't want to receive nothing in the mail. I don't want nothing in the mail.
I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later. I love y'all.
Okay, love you, friend. Oh,
Let's
somebody
see. February 12th. Just a heads up, this coming weekend I may have to put on ice because not having any extra money coming in. I can't afford to drive up there, paying tolls, getting an Airbnb plus gas, and then turn around and get you that 1K on the first. It's a tough decision to make, and I'm hoping on a blessing to come. However, I may not be able to get them this weekend. I'm going for right now to plan for March 15th, 16th, 17th, that weekend, and see about leave for the 25th to the 31st while they're out for spring break. So this was February 12th, which means that lets y'all know that I asked this man to get them for spring break. Last time he saw his kids was probably 2 weekends ago. He picked them up at about 5:30, 6 o'clock on Saturday, and I got them back on Sunday at 6 o'clock. And that is when he, that day, earlier in the day, he decided to have a conversation with me where he said I was unstable. The kids need a stable foundation. My foundation ain't stable. And he think he should get full custody of them for a year.
I remember that.
So Irvin, you clearly wasn't in here earlier. To sit and say, I'm not trying to make no income. I get up every morning, Monday through Friday at 5:30 in the morning. I drop my kids off at 7:45 in the morning. I do Uber Eats from 7:45 to 2:15 p.m. I pick my kids up at 2:30 p.m. and 3 p.m. I pick my kids up at 2:30 p.m. and 3 p.m. I drop them off at the babysitter and I go to work from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. When I get off of work at 12 a.m., I get in the car and I do Uber from 12 a.m. to 3:30 in the morning. Miss me with that bullshit. I just got finished working a double. I just worked from 4 p.m. yesterday to 9 a.m. this morning and ain't been asleep yet. I don't. I don't. Girl, who she finna tussle with herself?
Okay, I want to say
But
this.
but the
Oh,
fact that you think I'm supposed to do this by myself is crazy.
I was trying to tell y'all something I forgot. Oh, if y'all are coming to tell us that somebody has said anything, I mean, just be honest about it, because I don't want, like, don't say we saying stuff we not saying. Don't tell us they saying stuff that they not saying. I don't mind y'all coming in here like dropping some little details, but just be honest. That's it.
Admitted to cutting up my debit card, knowing I had no form of income at the time.
Child, they might be lying. The conversation, honestly, like I love that Tasha is saying what she's saying. It's necessary. I just can't take him serious. Okay, bye, Drew. Wish I could pin comments.
I don't think y'all understand. I don't sleep. I don't sleep. I bust my ass for my kids. And that's what and my thing is, that's what I'm supposed to do. Because I'm their mother. That is my job. Oh, that was another thing. What, a week after I got here? A week after I got here, the day after I got here, I had to plan a funeral. The day after I got here, I had to plan a funeral for my mother. I don't think y'all understand when you sit, it's annoying to sit and watch somebody portraying something that they're not. It is very annoying to watch somebody portraying something that they're not. And to see the amount of pats on the back, clapping it up, it's annoying. No, that's Caleb. He's upset because he don't want to lay down. He upset because he don't want to lay down. It shouldn't fall on just me. And I'm very grateful for my family. I am very grateful for my family. I am very grateful for my dad. I am grateful for my aunts. I am grateful for everybody, but it's very hard to sit back and be quiet. It's very hard to sit back and be quiet when you're just watching this person lie. You're just watching them lie repeatedly. I can't. I can't. I can't. And like I said, I'm never mad at y'all. I'm never mad at y'all as supporters. I'm never mad at y'all because y'all are on the outside looking in. However, I feel as though I don't even care. And my thing is, I'm not even talking about her. I'm not even talking about her. I don't even care. I don't even care. Like since January of 2023, it has been nothing but lies upon my names. I've been called a gold digger. I've been called a liar. I've been called a thief. I've been called a manipulator. Um, what else? What else I've been called? I've been called a whore. I've been called every name but a child of God. I've been called everything but a child of God at this point. And everybody be like, you're so strong. How you not saying nothing? How you not saying nothing?
Me?
Yes.
What
No.
happened?
Me.
Oh,
I'm saying this. I'm saying that's what. Oh yeah, I've been called lazy and complacent. I've been called everything but a child of God. Publicly. Let's say that. I have been called everything but a child of God. Publicly. Publicly. I don't know what they're doing. It ain't none of my business. It ain't none of my business.
can I say something real quick, friend?
Hmm.
Okay, so I got some screen recordings of a live that I guess Eb did recently. And I'm going to assume, she didn't say any names, I'm going to assume she was referring to me. Let me tell y'all why I feel the way that I do about my friends. And because she mentioned, bringing up her attempt. Let me tell you this. There was a conversation. And if I'm wrong, if it comes out that I'm wrong,
Really quick, friend, I'm going to let
yeah.
this be known. I feel I have gotten everything out. After today's live, the energy is flipped. But I did feel like I had to speak my piece in order for me to make way for my healing. While I was trying to heal, there was a lot of things that was not sitting right in my heart. There are things that was not sitting right in my mind. And I felt like this is what I had to do. So once this live is done, I am moving forward. I have not done a live like this, to be honest, ever.
I seen the it was like 3 recorded clips. The reason I'm gonna say I think it was about me was because she said it was 2 different people. I don't know who, she didn't clarify. The reason that I will say the things that I say, could I be wrong? Yes, I'm not gonna act like I could not be wrong, because I could. The reason I do that is because, at least to me, I feel like you hold your friends accountable. And that's not just telling them things. If your friend is dead wrong, at some point with the stuff that they're doing, would you not want to just like detach from them and leave them alone? And there was another conversation I had with somebody else. This is what made me not really feel so bad when it came to bringing up Eb. I don't do it. I don't do it just out of nowhere. But there was a conversation I had with another close friend. I won't disclose who it is because I don't know if she wants me to say who she is, but she had a conversation with Eb about like this. And when it came to Anthony putting out saying Tasha's attempt was fake, it was like the details of that conversation ultimately made me feel a certain kind of way towards Eb. I'm not gonna lie. Now, could I be wrong for that? Yes. Could somebody, like she said in her live, she said, it's weird to bring that up. Hey, could it be weird? Yes. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and deny that. But the thing is that I feel like if you are really a true friend to him, I feel like she should do better. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel like you should do better. The whole friend group, in my opinion, should do better. because the fact that like is nobody checking each other? Is everybody manipulating each other? Is everybody not really fully being honest? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, my thing is, I respect how she feels. If that's how she feels, hey, she's not gonna like the fact that I may say something about her. I'm not going to go against her for that. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. And like she said in her video, you know, she hasn't made a space talking about me. I don't think she has. Whether she did or didn't, I would be okay with that. But my thing is, what is it that, I mean, I don't know what could be said. If it's something that could be said, okay. But I don't know what could be said. I just don't like that. I feel like she was passive about his behavior in relation to Tasha. That's how I feel. So y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I don't mind apologizing. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. I really don't mind, but that's how I feel. That's where I'm coming from, right or wrong. That's how I feel. What happened, friend? What's funny?
Read your messages, read your message, and then send it to the group.
Oh my goodness. She said she was talking about Petty. Oh, so some people are saying that she was talking about Petty. I didn't know she was talking about me or Petty, but I just wanted to say how I felt, because that's just kind of how I feel. I don't mind being told that I'm wrong if I am wrong, but you know, yeah, that's not cool.
LOLing. I'm in Mizzy and Shell LOLing.
But I agree with Tasha. I agree with Tasha. I'm like, after this, like, I mean, I know we've talked about it. It's been a little over a year, and we would visit the conversation and leave, but I really am trying to stay out of drama, y'all. I really am, because I don't like being in the mix of stuff. But I don't know.
38 hot.
Yeah. She was discussing what Petty said. Oh, it just sounded like the video that I seen. It sounded like she was all. It could have been about me too. So, you know, it was something specifically she said that made me feel like I was also included in that conversation.
Okay, Sin, I don't want to bring you up because I know how much more turmoil it's going to throw in the fire, because I just know, and I know what's going to be said. And I also don't want, Ace, I don't want people to flock to your page. Hey, Chef, I don't want people to flock to your page to figure out who you are and what you are to me. I don't want people to flock to your page, Ace. Because I know you have a whole lot to say, because you've also been on the phone when certain things were said to me. But I know people gonna flock to your page.
Okay. Wait, Petty. Oh, okay. So Petty, you're in here. I have a question, Petty. So you practically, I don't know how long you were in here, but did you practically say some of the same stuff I said?
You wanna just bring her up?
Well, yeah, I kind of do. I feel like, because I it's gonna be a lot in the comments. Okay, I'm inviting you up, Petty. Okay. Hopefully she comes up. Oh, there she is. Hey, Petty.
Hello.
I'm sorry. Because it's just, I didn't know you had a live. You had a live today.
Yeah.
So what did you talk about in your live?
I talked about how I speak ain't shit, and I talked about how he done
My
came.
guess is, Petty, you got people that told you about my live this morning.
Well, I was actually in your live for a while. I had a couple
Okay.
of stops to make, so I didn't get to hear the whole live. So I heard some of the stuff directly from your mouth. But what I said was that if he is not paying what he's supposed to be paying, but he out here getting Airbnbs and throwing parties and having company, or if he's, you know, said that he was gonna get the kids at a certain time and he didn't get them because he was busy, and all you did was host a 24-hour live to get some clicks and likes and views, that you ain't shit. That's basically what I said. You out here portraying yourself to be a good man, Savannah, and you ain't doing what you supposed to be doing as a father, but then gonna have the nerve to request full custody. but you can't even do what you're supposed to do on quarter custody.
That part.
So that's basically what I was talking about.
Okay.
And I said what I said. I said it with my whole chest. I don't have no respect.
Me neither. Me neither.
Damn it. I had a call. Hold on. Okay, do I have an echo?
I hear you perfectly.
Okay. But yeah, I said what I said with my whole chest. I have no respect for him. He sat up here and tried to paint a narrative about me and then gave a fake apology. I don't have no sympathy, no empathy, no none of that for him. So I said what I said and I meant what I said.
I feel that. Thank you, friend. I feel that because it's kind of like he did that same thing to me. Lie and then come with an apology that's not genuine, that means nothing. And it's kind of like, what's the point? You might as well not have apologized anyways. Like, I'm trying to see, because people were saying that somebody sent me screen recordings of, I guess Eb was live today and she was referencing two different lives. And I don't know, people were saying that you had maybe talked about her or brought her up and she was talking about you. Who called Eb homeless? I don't know who called Eb homeless. I didn't call her homeless.
Now, what I said about her was that I saw her at his home or with him over the weekend. And somebody had said something about were they living together or something, I believe. And I said, I don't know, but I saw her laying on that, that old green hotel couch. And then she went outside and was talking about mental health or something. And then she started crying. And then they said she was dealing with depression. And I said, well, I don't know if she just spend the night over there a lot or if she lived there. I don't know. Then they was asking me, was they dating? Somebody just asked me that in here. Hell, I don't know. And you have to ask them that if they dating. Now, hell, I don't know.
Here's the thing. Whether they are or are not,
y'all go back.
Whether they are or are not, I don't fucking care. This is what I want people to understand. I don't care if he's slinging his thing all over. I don't care. My issue is if you can take your time to do all of that and travel these places and party it up, you can come get your kids.
And I said that too. And I did mention her on that. And they was talking about, oh, well, it's 4 hours away for him to go get the kids. And I said, I don't want to hear that. I said, my brother is in the Navy, stationed overseas. He came to my mom's house, got his car, drove 8 hours to Pennsylvania to pick up his daughter, drove 8 hours back to my mom's house so that we could spend time with my niece. And then a week later, drove my niece back home 8 hours, came back to my mom's house 8 hours to leave his car before he went back overseas. So I don't want to hear nothing about no 4 hours. When he didn't have no car, he went and got a train ride, went and picked up some cemetery flowers and took them to Ed for her birthday, did he not? He made exceptions then. When he wanted to do something, he made a way. So I don't want to hear nothing about no 4 hours. I don't got no gas money and I don't got this, that, and the third. I'm not trying to hear that shit.
But I do you one better, Petty. I do you one better. For Christmas break, when he got them for Christmas break, I met him halfway. This past weekend,
and I'm pretty sure you would have met him halfway for spring
This past weekend, I offered to drive halfway and all the way. Well, the weekend of last weekend. No, the 23rd. The 23rd. No. Hold on. Because I'm getting my dates mixed up. No, he came and seen them on the 23rd, dropped them back off on the 24th. This weekend that just passed, for Easter weekend, yeah, I offered to drop them off and pick them up if it was going to make it easier for you. Because the last thing he said to me was, oh, I don't have money for the tolls, the gas, Airbnb, getting them food, doing stuff with them. So I said, that's fine. I will bring them to you. If it means that you're going to get time with them, I will bring them to you. Because I'm driving
Why
now.
he didn't get online and ask his supporters? He crowdfunded for everything. Guess why he didn't get online and say, hey, y'all, I need some money to go get my trip. You think them people wouldn't have opened up their wallets and sent cash apps for gas for him to go get his children? But you didn't. You can, what 100?
Can y'all hear me? I don't know if I'm picking up.
We can hear you.
Hey, Patty, I love your voice. Okay, so I just want to say this, y'all. I don't see how anybody can go like days on top of days without talking to their kids, calling, check on their kids. There isn't one time. Tasha, you remember we went to Philly to see you? There wasn't one day y'all didn't hear me. I miss my babies. I'ma call, check on my babies. I wonder what I hope he got them. I hope he put them to bed on time. I'm calling, checking on my kids. Like, y'all be having to tell me to chill. How do you go days without, like, I just personally don't see how anybody can do that. 4 hours, we could be planets apart. Ain't nothing keeping me away from my motherfucking kids, point blank, period. Nothing is keeping me away from my kids, period. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Period.
Nothing. Kaylin will tell you, when we were in Atlanta, every time Kaylin turned around, I'm talking to my kids.
Yep.
So it bothered me to wake up, talk to them, and then when I went to go talk to them again, I had no idea where they were. And to see this man walk through the door in Atlanta confused the shit out of me. My whole demeanor changed. Like I said, Kaylin was in the hotel with me. Me and Kaylin shared a hotel room. Kaylin, where was I at the night before?
She was in that bed crying herself to sleep. She literally cried herself to sleep. She didn't eat. She didn't do anything. She cried herself to sleep that night because she didn't know where her kids were. And he was not responding to none of her messages.
Because he was on a plane. He was on a plane. So when he came in and he hugged me, I elbowed him and said, where's my kids? Every single time it was time for me to be in the spotlight, he took away from that. That live that he did with you, that live that day, Petty, January 7th, when he announced the divorce, because I had let him know. And I'll tell you exactly what I did. Like I said, one thing for sure, two things for certain. I always stand up in what I said. I told him you messaged me. And I told him it was weird that you messaged me because y'all just had a falling out. And although that may not have been your intent, Petty, for me, it looked weird because I'm like, y'all just had a falling out. So I'm like, why is she messaging me and she's saying she want to work with me or help me, but y'all just had a falling out? I'm confused. I don't want to be a part of mess and drama. And like I said, even though...
And I get that. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Even though that was not your intent, that's how it felt to me. That was the impact they had on me. So I told him about it. And he said he was going to say something about you messaging me. I said, that's fine. Nowhere in me agreeing was it agreed upon that my divorce was finna be public.
Because nobody said anything about that.
When I was in the middle of my makeup
Because
class,
I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't know nothing about that. I had never talked to him about that. That has never, ever been a conversation about you and him having marital problems, or y'all been talking to attorneys, or y'all was going to get a divorce. We've never had that conversation. So for him to sit up there and perpetrate that I knew something and that I was going to tell, so he's going to tell first, he full of shit. I guess he done ran his mouth and pillow talk to so many different women. He don't know who he told what.
And that is how blindsided I was.
But that was not my intention, Tasha. I want to tell you that from my mouth. That was not my intention. But just like me, a lot of people started off with, you know, getting to know him before they got to know you. So at some point you feel some kind of way like, well, I want to help his wife, but will I be overstepping my boundaries because I started talking to him first? We were going live together and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of people were the same way. Like they felt some kind of loyalty or allegiance to him because they started talking to him first and they didn't want to overstep their boundaries. You can ask some of the petty pushers. I've been wanting to step up and to help you with your business. But because I didn't talk to you, we didn't have that kind of relationship, I never said anything. So when he stepped out and did what he did, it was like, okay, well, to hell with it then. I don't have to not say anything now. And to those wondering, I offered to be a silent partner. My name would not have been on nothing. She wouldn't have had to tell nobody nothing. Nobody. I was just going to be a silent partner and give her the money that she needed to continue with her lash and makeup business. That's all. I was not trying to take over her business. I was not trying to have no say-so in nothing. None of that.
And like I said, what I'm trying, like, when I said something to him, like I said, I'm looking at it as y'all literally just had a falling out with the friends thing and the T page and all of that. So it's like, imagine you and Kaylin having fallen out, and then I turn around and message Kaylin. It looked at it, the way it came off. Like I said, your intent may have wanted to be something else, but the impact it had on me because of how close y'all had to falling out. And I've been in a predicament where people have used me to get towards him multiple times. So now I'm weary because I'm like, damn, y'all just had a whole fiasco on TikTok, and now she's messaging me. So I don't know if people understand from the outside looking in what it looked like. I was looking like, well, damn, I don't know if she really want to help me or if it has something to do with them. I don't know. Exactly, Natasha. The timing of it was off.
That's understandable, and I get it. Yeah, I can see that, and I respect that. That's why I never messaged you again or tried to get on your nerves or, you know, beat a dead horse, because I understand and know that was not my intention, because I'm not that kind of girl. What I offered was genuine and from the heart. And again, it was with no strings attached. I didn't want to be, nobody wasn't going to know unless you told it. So, but I mean, I get it.
I apologize to you because instead of me going to him, because at the time this is still who I depend on a lot. Instead of me going to him, and to you and talking to you about how I felt weird about it, yeah, I went and talked to him. So I apologize for that because I should have just had the conversation with you about what I was feeling. However, at the time, I was just like, I felt like I was just kind of like in limbo of like, what's the best thing to do? So in that sense, I do apologize in that aspect. I should have came and spoke directly to you to be like, hey, this is weird to me, yada, yada, yada. Oh, what am I?
Get it, and I accept your apology, even though there's no apology needed.
I'm apologizing to Petty for not coming directly and talking to her. I'm a grown-ass woman. It shouldn't have been a third party. I should have just had the conversation with her. That's what I'm apologizing for. So, yeah, I mean, I've been, and Kaylin knows this. I've been attacked on all aspects. From every time he gets into it with somebody, it is I and my children that get attacked. Granny Coy Bundy, the P person, the B person. A long time ago, there was a guy named Nathan Hoffman that attacked me. I've been attacked on social media since he started. It has always been me and my children that been attacked.
And I apologize. I had no idea. I didn't know that. So I'm sorry. because I guess because that wasn't my intention, I didn't think other people would do something like that. So I apologize to you because I didn't know it was going to make you feel like that. I didn't know those other things had happened to you. So I apologize if me offering to help you on the back end caused him to do something, even though he grown and he is responsible for his own actions. I apologize, but I knew nothing about what he claimed that I knew about. I promise that to you. Me and him had never had a conversation about none of that. So where he got that from and trying to blame that on, that had nothing to do with me. Again, I think he has pillow talked with so many women that he can't remember who he told what. And he thought it was me, but it wasn't.
I'm glad we can have this conversation. I know it's like way overdue, but I'm glad that we can have this conversation as mature adult women without the screaming and the hollering and the
Right.
shouting. Because one thing for sure, I don't want to see people fail. I don't want to see people fail. I don't want to see my friends fail. I don't want to see people. The table is big enough for all of us to be able to eat. You get what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, it's just, all of this has been really annoying and heavy weighing on me because I'm constantly trying to move forward, but I'm constantly being dragged back in. And like I said, when this live is over, there will be no more lives about him. This is my life. This has been, I've been venting for the past 2 days and telling my story about shit that people don't even know what's going on. Like, right. Nobody knew I found condoms in my goddamn car. An empty box of condoms in my car. Nobody knew that this man tried to accuse me of having fucking herpes.
Oh damn.
Because he found my medicine from June 12th of 2020 when I had Bell palsy. And my friend Shell was on the phone. I came in the house and this man jumped on me, attacking me about this medication. You got something you want to tell me? You got something you want? I said, I don't got nothing I want to tell you. What are you talking about? Why you got herpes medicine? First of all, you do know that there is more than one use for medicine. There is more than one use for medicine. The medicine was called Vaclavir, and it is an anti-inflammatory medicine. If you don't know what Bell palsy is, it is an inflammation of the nerve in your face. This is when my TikTok journey started. I talked about my Bell palsy and the fact that I was walking around looking like I had a stroke. But instead, you randomly decide to Google what this medicine was. How that make sense? Mind you, you are my sponsor. You have access to all my bank records. You have access to all my medical records because whenever I go to the doctors for the military, I have to give them, no, when I say he jumped on me, I don't mean he physically. Let me clear that up. He has never physically put hands on me. Let me clear that up. When I say he jumped on me, I am not talking physically. When I say he jumped on me, I mean, as soon as I walked through the door, he was, what's this? Why you got this? Who's it? And da-da-da-da, like verbally jumped on me. I didn't even have time to put the groceries down. Thank you. Yeah, let me clear that up. Anthony, I speak 1906 Highland, has never physically put hands on me. Let me clear that up because I don't want nobody leaving out of here trying to say I said that. Anthony, I speak 1906 Highland, has never physically put hands on me. We're going to clear that up right now. Clear that up right now. You are correct. Verbal is no better than physical, but I don't want somebody to be sitting over here talking about he physically did something. Because first of all, I did one domestic and I won't do it again. And I'll be damned, a motherfucker be pushing up daisies. But yeah, he pretty much yelled at me. He pretty much yelled at me about the medication. And I went, and the crazy thing is, he was actually live when I showed him the paperwork. Like, that's the crazy thing. He was actually live, and when I went to show him all my paperwork, that's how, and I don't think that's how triggered I was. I was like, oh no, let me go pull up my records and show that I don't have anything. That's how triggered I was. And he looked at me and he was like, I'm on loud. Shh. So you didn't want people to know that you just got finished yelling at me, trying to say that I got something.
But he the one slanging that shaboinka all across the United States. But you know what? Let me just mind my business. Let me just mind my business. Anybody that is crying because of something I said, girl, go to hell. I'm just, girl, go to hell. Put your liquor down. Go to hell. I'm tired of people crying like somebody done did something to them, and ain't nobody did nothing. Girl, go to hell.
What's crazy to me is you tried to accuse me of having something, but then I turn around and find empty condoms in my car. A whole empty box of condoms in my car. I'm confused. It's the projection.
Y'all can't even hear me.
And he can't say that's a lie. No, we couldn't. He can't even say that's a lie. He can't say that's a lie because I was on the phone. And my friend heard the whole conversation. My friend Shell heard the whole conversation. And see, that's the thing he don't never understand. A lot of times when he has demeaned me and said things to me, people have been on the phone.
I want to say something, and this kind of piggybacks off what you was just saying, Petty. This is how I feel, and y'all can let me know if I'm right or wrong, different or indifferent. I always believe he say, she say? No. But there are certain people I will believe it from. There are certain things that Tasha told me that's not a lie. There was actually, Crystal said I could mention it, so I will. There was a conversation I had with Crystal. This was actually, this was probably last year. This is why, and I want to clarify this and clear this up, because I don't want y'all thinking I'm out here taking people's issues and just bringing them up willy-nilly. Now, if I'm ever wrong, like I said, I don't have a problem with being wrong. But there was a conversation that me and Crystal had, because Crystal had a conversation with Eb. Her phone died, so she can't be here. But I asked her if I could talk about this. It was a conversation she had with Eb that really made me go like this with Eb, because it was kind of like, it, like Tasha said, Eb clearly chose Anthony, which if that was her decision, that was her decision and that was her choice. Where that bothers me is that when you see that somebody is exhibiting piss poor behavior, it's like, yeah, you could check them privately, but sometimes publicly is best, especially because we're all on a public platform. We're all on social media. And I feel like if we can call out what everybody else is doing, we could call out what our friends are doing. So while for Eb, if somebody's screen recording this or she's watching this, if I offended you because I brought up your past attempt, you know, you are well within your right to be offended. What bothered me is that you are still buddy with a man who went live and said that his ex-wife's attempt was fake when they were still married, and you are still cool with him. And I don't know if he's manipulating you too. I don't know if he's lying to you too. But even if there are things he's lying about that you don't have access to Tasha to know, even if there's that, do you not think that it's just bad that he went and did that and his behavior has not changed? He is still doing offensive and insulting things to Tasha. That's my problem. So I can understand if what I say and me bringing up what you went through is tacky, is out of bounds. I get that. But what's really out of bounds is that one of your close friends has been disrupting the peace of my friend by doing some very, not only contradicting, but very harsh things. And he has aided to the failure of her mental health. So that's what my thing is. She could have checked him privately. Like, I don't know that. She could have checked him privately. But at what point do we stop being friends with people who are just shitty people? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not entitled. She doesn't owe me anything. She doesn't owe anybody anything. But I feel like at a certain point, why would you still want to be friends with somebody like that? Who is not, I don't know if he's apologized publicly. If he did, he came right back and did the same thing over and over again. So if she did check him privately, that's great. But it's like, I don't like that she and other people still feel it's not even just her. It's not even just at her. Like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm just targeting her. Like, people around him that know what happened, even people that aren't his friends, even people that just support him, I have that same energy for them too. Why? But that's just me though. Nobody owes me anything. Nobody, I'm not saying that she owes me an explanation. I'm not saying what she should or should not do. That's why I don't like her. And that's why I said what I said. Like, if she feels differently, if she doesn't have an issue with me, then that's fine. If she doesn't like me because of things I've said, then that's fine. I respect that. But I'm a step for my friend. And so that's why I brought up what I brought up. And that's why I said what I said. Because in the conversation that Crystal said she had with her, it was more so not that she said anything outright, but that it kind of, things that she said and things that she picked up was that she was believing things that Anthony was saying. She called, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay that she's upset with me. I just said what I said. So if what I said offended her, it's cool, because what I wasn't expecting her to respond nicely. I wasn't expecting her to respond at all, but that's just how I feel. I mean, I would, if she wants to answer, did you check Anthony? What makes you still want to be friends with him? I'm not entitled to that, but I do want to know. I'm very curious. And y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. It's almost 2,000 people in here. If I am wrong, tell me that I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Don't agree with me just because I'm Kaylin. Tell me that I'm wrong if I'm wrong. That's it. So
I'm how you feel about your friend, because at the end of the day, other people feel that same way about their friend. That's who you know, that's who you have grown to love, and you see stuff that we don't see. She talks to you about stuff that she don't talk to us about. So we know that you know inside stuff, or when she's been crying at night, or when she can't sleep, or she ain't ate in 2 days. Like, you know that stuff we don't. So you have a different perspective. So if that's how you feel about your friend, and you don't like people that have disrespected your friend, that's your business. You not wrong for that. You have a valid reason.
Right. Exactly. That's kind of how I was feeling and like what I was thinking, because it's kind of like, I know I'm not tripping. And if Eb wants to come over and if she wants to talk, if Tasha don't want to be here for that, she don't have to. But I don't mind having her up here and talking to her if that's what she wants to do. If she wants to talk, but that's just kind of how I feel. It's like, for me, I feel like if somebody had that energy for me, if Tasha was on the bull hickey and Tasha was saying and doing things that I didn't care for, not only would I check her, if it had to be private, public, whatever, if she kept up with the bull hickey, I would cut her off. Like, if people constantly do things that I don't like, even if they're not doing it to me, if you are doing bull hickey to somebody else, I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to cut you off. So that's just kind of like how I feel. If she called me out my name, it wouldn't be the first time somebody called me out my name. If I'm a bitch, I'm going to be the baddest one. If I'm a bitch, if they're going to call me a bitch, I'm going to be the baddest one. That's just that. I'm not gonna make jabs at her. I'm not going to do that. I'm just kind of saying like blankly how I feel. So I'm not gonna make jabs. If other people want to make jabs at her, that's y'all business. I'm not gonna make jabs at her. I don't know. I know she drinks her twisted teas. I ain't gonna say she's an alcoholic. Whatever she do, that's her business. Sometimes people need a little drink. But somebody said that. I don't know if that's what she's saying. I know some people trying to be messy. But if she wants to come and talk, I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have an issue with that. I'm not against that.
Well, I said what I said, and I stand on what I said, because my experience with her is different than your experience with her. So I get where you coming from, but baby, it is what it is for me. Okay. I said it. It is what it is. Yeah. So, but I'm about to drop down because I'm about to get on the road, and y'all know I'll be on the back roads. So my service gonna be going in and out. I'm not gonna interrupt the live, so I'm gonna drop down. If y'all still on later, then I'll come back.
Okay. All right, bye, Petty. Sorry, y'all. I'm checking my messages because I'm having y'all tell me stuff. Bye. Can they not? Okay, who? I don't know who's. Okay, I don't know some. Okay, I don't know who's talking about kids. Y'all don't talk about people kids. I know it's a lot of people in here. My thing is, I will talk about things and I will be blunt and I'm gonna kind of say how I feel, but I'm not gonna take low blows at people. I don't talk about people's kids and I'm not gonna make jabs, especially if I don't find it necessary. Only person I was taking jabs at was Anthony. That was it. I'm not taking jabs at nobody else. The only time, like I said, if I'm gonna bring up somebody else, I'm going to just bring up general things and that's it. But I'm not going to talk about her kids. That's not my. Oh, so yeah, we're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna talk about people that have nothing to do with this. That's that. I don't know what all is happening in the comment. Go ahead,
My
friend.
thing is, what I don't think people understand is that there's a point where no, you don't have to. I feel like when you start to bring up people issues, like whether I don't know if she is, I'm not gonna say she is. That ain't none of my business. But when you start to bring up people, kids, you start bringing up their other background stuff. I feel like at that point, you lost. You lost. We're talking about the person's actions. We're not talking about nothing outside of their actions and condoning or not condoning their actions or holding them accountable or not holding them accountable. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about anything else. But see, the issue is then people turn around and they want you to discredit or talk really bad about a person or bring up the person's background or bring up their kids because of the fact that they feel some type of way. Kids have nothing to do with the situation that's at hand. This is a grown person, an adult who should rightfully know right from wrong and should be held accountable when they do certain things. But people don't know how to separate the two. People don't know how to separate the two. You know how many times, instead of holding me accountable for my actions, y'all want to bring up my kids? My kids ain't got nothing to do with my actions. That's crazy to me. You lost at that point.
I agree. I feel like bringing kids into stuff like this, or kids and people that have nothing to do with the situation into this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we should be able to have a conversation about this. And I know is like Tasha said, after this, that's it. That's all. My concern is like, yes, like we're all adults. And it feels like people keep slipping under the radar. And I don't know, like my thing is, from my perspective, I can only tell y'all how I feel from what I see. And it's just that I feel like there are a lot of people that just aren't holding their friends accountable. And it's kind of like, I feel like people around me, I want us to be the best version of ourselves that we can. You know what I'm saying? I want you to, if I'm wrong, you let me know. If you wrong, I'm gonna let you know. Publicly, privately. And if you're treating people poorly, why would I want to have anything to do with you? Not only is that just not good, and that's just not a good trait of a person, and I don't even want to be around you, even if you never wronged me. On the back end, if y'all see how down Tasha was for him, Tasha was down for him. 3 kids down, marriage down, and he did her wrong. If anybody thinks they're exempt, they're not. You being a friend, a best friend, you're not exempt from that at all whatsoever. So,
Like this guy had did a video where he was talking about, he was like, if you can do your girl wrong, the woman you sleep with every night, the woman that holds you down, what you gonna do to me?
exactly.
What you gonna do?
Exactly. So it's kind of like, my thing with that is like, for me, it's like if I see somebody moving funny, it's like not only am I already going to kind of be like, okay, I don't like how you treat other people, because I'm that kind of person. I don't need to think about it being me for me to be like, I'm not cool with you. You being hurtful and harmful to other people is enough for me to not really be all that interested with you. So it's kind of like, my thing is, I know it's not anybody's responsibility around him to parent him or to try to tell him to do better. But I feel like as a friend, if you are a real friend, you will want better. And I think, like Tasha said, she was close friends with some people around him, and they picked him despite seeing all the stuff that he did. That's how I feel.
So you asked Was there any red flags? In my honest opinion, no. In my honest opinion, no. And what I want people to understand is this is not a person I just up and married. This is a person that I've known for over 10 years. This is a person who I consider my best friend. Previous, so when you hear people say, oh, they married their best friend, no, I married my best friend. That was who I ran to tell all my problems to and everything of the such. That was literally my best friend. And now I not only lost my husband, but I lost my best friend as well. So no, for me, there was not red flags and it wasn't tunnel vision. Understand, it wasn't tunnel vision because some people feel like, oh, when you're in love or you love somebody, that you get tunnel vision. Yes, that is true. However, we're not talking about somebody I was in love with in love previous to that. So yeah. But yeah, I definitely think social media changed him. The validation he gets from it.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm going to I'm still going to be up here friends talking, but I'm going to refrain from talking about because
the babies are there.
So yes. Yes, so we're going to refrain from saying anything because I don't they're baby. Okay. Mr. Ace wants to come up and say some things from a man's perspective.
Can he be able to come up?
He can come up, but he can't put his camera.
Okay, hold on. Friend, I still had the gifts for the kids. At least, I see now. At least I'm gonna check because I wanted to send them to you. Okay, I just sent him a request, excuse me. Okay. I hope it connects. Okay, there we go. Can you hear, Sin?
Hello. Yes,
Hello?
I can hear. Can y'all hear me?
I know I can hear you well. I think can everybody hear?
Can everybody hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they can hear you.
So my opinion, and it's just my opinion. You know, yes, I know Tasha. I've known Tasha for a nice amount of time. As a man, first, there are things. Okay, so back in 2008, I thought I had a child. There was nothing that you can do. I don't want to be a weekend father in my child's life, especially a young black man. So I had to make a decision, and it was to better me and my child's situation. Me and mom wasn't together, so I'm gonna do what I need to do every time. If I have to pay phone bills, if I have to help her pay her rent, which these are all things that I've done for it not to be my child. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I wasn't a weekend daddy, but I had my child every chance I had. I don't care. I live far away from my child. But when I had the time, I was there. So, as a man growing up without a father, I know what I did not like in my life. And I would never put my children through me not being there physically, mentally, emotionally. There are things that children need in life that they can't get from just one parent. So when I seen that he went live and was doing this 24-hour thing, and I'm just like, wow, like, and I've heard Tasha say this. She said, yo, like, I'll meet you halfway. The one time she was like, listen, I'll even come all the way there. and you can't make up time. But for you to get clothes, for you to listen, children grow every day. Anybody with anybody that has children or that has children in their life, no, those clothes only last for about 2 3 weeks. After you wash them, they get worn out. Sneakers, shoes, anything, anything that your child is involved with, school, all of that. They, I've seen lists, and literally, some of these teachers add up some of the stuff. This one young lady, she had a list for her daughter, and the teacher said approximately $100 to $150, and that's just for one child. Pencils, papers, books. So for you to sit there and first and foremost, you can work on anything, but you decide not to work on having a better relationship with your children, careful about them. You down her, you loved her, you cared about her at one time. But your children, if you want your children to grow up with the bare minimum, I don't. I don't know no man. There is no man in my circle right now that don't do for their kids. I can't respect a man that don't do for their kids. So any and everybody that's talking that, oh well, she sounds bitter. She has every reason to be bitter. Nobody know how she grew up. Nobody knows how he grew up. So
I'm angry.
it's unacceptable. Either way, it's unacceptable. So for you to sit there and try, like, I sat there and watched some of that freaking 24-hour live bull crap. For you to tell people on your live, oh, that young lady makeup, her makeup really looks nice. I've never heard you say that about your own wife when y'all was married. Come on. Meet me somewhere in the middle. She ain't asking you for much. She asking you to do what you need to do for your kids. It ain't like she's not doing whatever she's done. She hasn't done it out of spite, because I'm a man and I'm a stand firm on whatever I say. I guarantee you, there is nothing that nobody can tell me that I know that she has
You
not
wanna know
done
what's
or
so
will not
you wanna
do
know
for them
what's so
children.
crazy? You wanna know what's so crazy? Before I do anything, I have conversations with the men in my family. I have conversation with my male friends. I have conversations with multiple people before I even take a step to even do it. Kaylin Ebb is
Mizzy, you're absolutely right. She shouldn't have to ask for nothing because everything should already be given. She didn't lay down by herself to make those children at all. It takes two. So it takes two parents to raise a child. You're talking about three different individuals. Come on. Like, common sense has to be common in this kind of situation. And I see some of the people, some of the stuff that these people say, and I think it's outrageous because, for one, if you have a child, if you have your own child, and if you ain't on Section 8, if you're not getting government benefits and you're just doing it wholly and solely from the muscle, congratulations. But even yet and still, it's still hard out here. If you go and you look at it's crazy because on the news they were just saying how Philadelphia is still they minimum wage. The minimum wage rate ain't moved in years. But everybody got their own opinions. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. So let
Okay.
them. I'm listening.
I'm sorry, Sin. I didn't mean to cut you off. So
No, you ain't cut
Eb
me
is
off.
here. Yeah, I didn't want to disrupt what you were saying. Eb is here, and like I said earlier, I'm willing to talk to Eb if she wants to come up. I had to turn my things on, my request on. I couldn't find her in the other box. So Eb, you can. Okay, I see. Hold on. Well, Sim, did you say everything? I didn't want to.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Listen, that's a bigger beast. I ain't got nothing else to say.
Okay.
Y'all ladies have a great day.
Okay. Bison, Tasha, you gonna stay up?
Yeah, she gonna stay up.
Okay. Okay. Well, okay. I got Eb coming up.
Hello.
Okay. Hello. I'm gonna turn my guest off because I don't want nobody else coming up.
Drop him down. He might not know how to do it.
Okay. Hold on. Let me disconnect and then I think this is how I turn it off. This is not how I turn it off. I don't want to do that. I feel like I'm gonna mess with something. Okay, so before we talk about anything, I don't know a lot of what was happening in the comments before, but people was telling me y'all was talking about people kids or calling people alcoholics, doing stuff. Please don't do that because I will turn the comments off. I don't rock with that. So
Definitely more than that too in your comments. It was definitely more.
yeah, I wasn't noticing. I was just looking at the people talking. People let me know. So I said prior, let's not do that. So let's not do that. And if they do, my mods, y'all have all right to block them. Don't try to talk about Eb's situation in defense of Tasha, me, nobody else. The kids don't got nothing to do.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't come up to talk about Aunt Tasha because everybody knows I don't get involved in it, to include the people here. What I did come up to talk about was this is not the first time when y'all go on a hate Aunt train. I don't have nothing to do with that. It's none of my business. Everybody knows that. But every time y'all do this, I start catching heat for it. The last time y'all did it, I was getting death threats and things because of the things that people were saying either on a panel or in your comment section. And the thing that bothers me is I would never allow people to do that to any of y'all, nor with my mods. So I don't understand how every time this happens, I keep getting brought up. That's my only issue. I don't have nothing to do with what y'all say and your opinion on anybody, and everybody knows that, to include y'all. But the fact my kids get brought up, my mental health gets brought up, all these other things get brought up. And I understand how it is to also have a panel and not see the comment section. But it has been brought, somebody literally sat up here and said something about me in the panel. So like, I don't understand, why do I keep getting brought up? I don't care. Let me address this comment real quick. Everybody knows he's my friend. So y'all not saying nothing new. So like, I don't care about those comments. My issue is for people I would never allow this shit to occur with, why does it keep occurring with me? Regardless of how y'all feel about me or I feel about y'all, I would never let that happen, but it continually happens every time y'all do this. So that's my only issue. I would never, nor would my mods, allow somebody to sit here and do that to y'all in my comment section. But then I get people coming over to my shit, talking shit to me, and I don't have nothing to do with them.
Multiple times it has been said, Eb ain't got nothing to do with this. I just got finished saying, Eb ain't got nothing to do with this. I just got finished saying, do not bring up Eb's children. I know what it's like to be on that end. So I do my damnness and my hardest to tell people, don't do that. Her kids have nothing to do with nothing. We literally just said we're not going to do that whole calling her alcoholic. We're not going to do that whole talking about her mental health. We're not going to do none of that. However, all we can do is tell people don't do that. These are grown people and these are trolls that are going to do the same exact thing.
Y'all let Petty sit here and say it on the panel though. Outside of the comments, you let Petty sit here and bring something up in the comment section. I mean, in the panel. I would never let that happen. I was talking about I was in my live talking about Petty because Petty brought me up this morning. Petty brought me up.
In her life. And it was sad. And it was sad. It was sad. I did not interrupt you. I did not interrupt you the whole time you were talking, Ed. I did not interrupt you the whole time you were talking. I sat and I waited until you stopped.
You did though, but
to then say something.
Go ahead.
Petty has nothing to do with Caitlin. You were talking about Petty. They came in here and said that nobody's talking about Caitlin. They're talking about Petty. Petty cleared up what she said in her live about you. So for her to be able to defend herself about what was already said,
when I was defended,
she didn't call you an alcoholic.
This is crazy.
She didn't bring your children up.
Did she not stay in there for me to take another drink or something and stop crying? She didn't say that?
When did she say
I
that?
literally am only going
No,
off.
she did say that, Tasha. She said that when she was on the panel.
Okay, well
But she didn't say
that's
Eb's
my
name. She just
apology
said
because
it.
I did not hear that part.
She said that when she was up
That
here.
is my apology.
She didn't address Eb by
And
her
that's
name,
something
but she
that I
did say
did.
that.
I'm literally only talking to y'all based off screenshots and screen recordings. The only reason I knew she was talking about me this morning, and I'm not bringing her live up because I understand that live. I know how lives work. That live has nothing to do with this one. But I was brought up on the panel and I was brought up in the comments. I also understand how comments go and not being able to see everything. But I also know if I was going to sit here and do something like this to y'all, this wouldn't happen. And I don't understand why it keeps happening. If you got a problem with him, have it. I don't got nothing to do with that. And everybody knows this. But the fact I continually get brought up, not just in y'all saying, why don't you hold your friend accountable? Okay, that's fine. People are going to have that opinion. That is what it is. Whatever that shit is, people can have it. But my kids being brought up, my mental health being brought up, things like this consistently in the comment section. Last time y'all did this, I had death threats over a situation I have nothing to do with. I woke up to death threats. And no matter the type of relationship any of us have, I would never let this shit happen to y'all. And y'all know this.
Okay.
That's my only issue.
But it has happened.
I don't care about the other
It
stuff.
happened to me.
Not in my
It has
life. It
happened
never
to
happened.
me.
Prove it. Prove it, Tasha. Prove it. Tell me exactly what it was. Prove it. It's never happened in my space. Never. Prove it. Prove it.
I constantly, like, come on, miss me with the bullshit. You can't play fucking victim.
You constantly what, Tasha? You constantly what? You see me
My
bring
name
you
is
up?
constantly coming up on all y'all lives. All y'all
No,
lives.
your name
Y'all
is not
can
coming.
miss me
Are
with
you
this
fucking
shit.
kidding me right now,
Y'all
bro?
all do the same thing. Y'all
You're
all sit and
kidding
play
me.
fucking victim
Tasha,
and act like
what you're
y'all
not
don't
gonna
do
What
shit.
you're not gonna do is lie on me.
Man,
I
miss me
promise.
with
What you're
that
not
shit.
gonna do
Get
is
the
lie
fuck
on me.
out of here.
You're not gonna lie on me. You're not gonna lie on me. I promise you. If it comes up in other people's lives, I can't control that. Your name don't come up in my life. Anytime it has, I've shut that shit the fuck down. Don't play with me, Tasha. If you're upset, be upset. But you don't project that shit onto me.
Okay, and I have every right to be the fuck upset, Ab, because it has happened. I've seen it happen.
Like I said, prove
I've
it.
seen it
Like I said,
fucking
prove it.
happen.
Prove it. Prove
Like,
it.
miss me
And
with
how do
that
you know what my
bullshit,
lives
man.
look like? You must got proof because I'm
Miss
blocked,
me with
Tasha.
that
So you must got
bullshit.
proof. Show it. Show it, Tasha. All I'm asking you to do is prove it.
But Ab,
Prove
you're
it.
not the
Prove
only
it,
person
Tasha.
that gets
That's all
shit.
I'm asking.
Miss
All
me
I'm
with
asking
that
you to do is
bullshit. Like,
prove it.
you on some
Prove it.
weirdo shit.
Girl, oh my God. Because you're lying right now, and that's insane. Like, why are you even doing that? I don't talk about you. I damn sure don't talk about you publicly. Nor do I let other people in my life talk
Did
about
I say you do it?
So
Did I say you do it, or did I say
prove
it come up in your fucking comments?
Are you've got to be kidding me. Because even my mods know there's a whole mod group chat.
Every time.
You know what's funny? Your name is blocked from my comments, Tasha. That's how I know you're lying.
So,
There's no
Ab,
need to lie, Tasha. If you don't like me for whatever
nothing
reason,
can
that's
come up.
fine. But don't
So you
lie
can't
on me,
spell my
sis.
name.
Don't
You
lie
can't
on me.
spell my name any other way. You can't spell my name any. Come on,
You know
man.
what? All right, Caitlin, I said what I said. Thank you for listening. What I'm not going to do is sit up here and be lied on. If she wants to have a conversation, she can. If she can prove it, I'll take that. I'll eat that. I'll take that. I eat that. But just like I said, I know you didn't see the comments. Like I just said, Caitlin, I know didn't see the comments, but people put it on me. So anyway, Caitlin, thank you for listening. When you got proof, please just let me know.
You cannot
If you
sit and
got proof,
say
I'll eat
that
that.
shit don't
Everybody knows
happen
I'll
when
eat
it
that.
do.
But you're not going to lie on me. You're not going to lie on me. Y'all have a great day.
Okay, that was intense. So y'all can turn the comments back on. I don't know who turned them off, but if y'all want to turn them back on, y'all can. Okay, there we go. They're back on. Friend, do you want to get off
Yes,
live?
baby.
Are you okay, or do you want to get off live?
I'm good, because my thing is everybody want to sit and play fucking victim like they ain't play a part in my fucking character getting assaulted. Get the fuck out of here. You can't sit back and play fucking victim. You fucking garbage as shit. And I said what the fuck I said, Ebony. It may not have been recently that my name came up, but bitch, my name came the fuck up.
When all that shit was going down, when all that shit with Anthony was going down, bitch, yes, people were in your fucking comments.
Okay, so if Tasha has more she wants to say, I'll let her say that. Y'all know how I feel. I more so, I didn't know Tasha had so much she wanted to say, but I'm happy that she did. To a degree, I don't know when the last time they talked was, but I'm happy something was exchanged, because I kind of felt that was deep down too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was deep down too. So y'all know how Tasha feels. Y'all know how I feel. I've made my, yeah, I don't think they've talked in a while. I've made how I felt clear. It's public, so it's Pet. Okay. Oh, okay. I see Petty. Hey Petty.
Hey, I was gonna come up. Ebony was up. Come back, Stink. Come back, Bookie Butt. Because baby, I was on live for almost 2 hours. If you had a problem with anything that I said about you, you had every opportunity to come into my live. You don't have to come into Cailene's live to address anything that Petty Rose said. Okay? My live was open to any and everybody. All you had to do was send up a request. Don't come here and play victim like you ain't did nothing to nobody. Because you sat up there and dropped them boo-hoo tears like somebody did something to you in that live when that man was talking about your wet draws. I gave the same expression as everybody else on the panel, but you want to cry like somebody did something to you. And you the one that did the video about you laying on that old 1932 green hotel couch. You did that, Bookie Butt. I didn't do that. You put that information out there, so don't get mad at me that somebody want to speak about it or the comments speak about it.
And I said that when I first came on. You can have your opinion. I don't bring you up, Petty. So in the manner in which you brought me up was unfucking acceptable. And I even told Caitlin I was not addressing that, but the only fact that you said something about me on her live,
to address it. You might have said that you weren't going to address it, but then you proceeded to address it, did you not?
I addressed what you said about me on her live. That's what I said. You
addressed me, period, and said you were talking about me and what I said in my live. You just said that, Bookie Butt.
So you won't listen. Stop calling me Stink Butt, child. It ain't cute. It's not funny either.
You said it, Bookie Butt. What you want, Stink? What you want? Which one you want?
This is how I feel right now. I don't give a fuck about y'all's opinions about me at all. I promise you I don't.
Okay, then what you crying for?
I stay out the way. However, my issue is when y'all facilitate spaces where my character is being diminished.
But it's my space. And if I want to say something in my space, I have that right. I paid no cell phone bill everywhere.
My kids were being brought up. How did you say when your kids were brought up?
If I want to say something about something that I saw, you was at that man's house when he was talking about he didn't have time for his kids. You were there. I saw you there with my own eyes. So I can say whatever I want to say. If you said those words in my presence, then I can say that too if that's how I feel. That was my space and I can say what I want to say. Don't come on nobody else's panel to address me
when I want, where the fuck I want to.
Because you could have came into my space and addressed me about anything that you wanted to say. Instead, you came over here trying to address Petty about what Petty said. You can stay over there and cry on your own live. Don't nobody want to hear that bullshit. You sit up here and talk about everybody, say whatever else you want to say, hold everybody else accountable. But when it comes down to holding your BFF accountable, you don't got nothing to say. We tired of bullshit. You sit up there and cry about everything. Everything is woe is me. Woe is everything.
If y'all want to have a delusional conversation, we can do that. But I don't live in delusional land, baby. I don't live there. I don't live there.
We can say whatever we want to say. Again, like I said, do not address Petty on nobody else's live if you don't want nobody doing you that way. You came up here crying about somebody talking about you on somebody else's live. And then you proceeded to do the same thing.
So what's the problem?
You proceeded to do the same thing. You proceeded to do the same. You tell me, cry baby.
Girl, do you think I care about you saying that?
Well, then speed past it then. Speed past it.
I cry over everything. I cry over everything. Especially if I keep saying you brought up a situation I have nothing to do with.
Answer your own question then, Bookie Butt. Answer your own
Like I
question.
said, you said you
If
could
it
do
ain't
what you
no
want. I
big
can do
deal,
what I want to.
and you
So
don't care
why
what
y'all
nobody
keep
else
doing
do, then what is you crying for? That is the $1 million question. You can say
I'm
whatever you want
crying
to say
because
about everybody,
motherfuckers sit here
but
and
then
send
as
me
soon as
death
somebody
threats
says
over the shit
something
that
about you,
y'all say.
then you want to try to check somebody on
I'm
somebody
crying
else's
because my
live.
kids
But
get
then you
brought up
come
over
up
shit
and you say
y'all
something
say.
about me on somebody else's live. Why didn't
I'm
you
not
say that
talking
to
about
me
your
on my
kids. I'm not talking
platform?
about your mental health. I'm not talking about none of that. Am I petty? Have I
I don't
ever
know what
petty?
you talking about.
No,
I
you
don't
think you
know.
know everything though.
And
You
I
come on here like you
am.
know
I
everything.
know what
I don't talk about
you
you.
put
And
on
if I
this
talk about you,
application.
it's because of
I know
something
what
you
you put on
said.
this
Not your
application.
life, not your
I
children, not
know
your
what
husband,
you
not your
put on
job.
this
I don't talk about that.
application. I know what you
Like I
put on
said.
this
So
application.
anyway, like I
That
was
is what
saying,
I do
like
know.
I said, when I said, girl, you
That is
talking
what
over
I
me don't
do
mean
know.
nothing.
What you
We
put
just
on
be
the
talking over
application.
each other,
And
baby. We just
I
be
mean,
talking over each
is the
other.
hit
I
dog
promise
hollering?
you. I promise
If
you.
you got a
I
problem
promise.
with it,
Well,
then just say
if
that,
I'm
Bookie Bag.
hollering because I'm hit.
Do that then, Bookie
I
Bag.
was brought up. I was brought up.
my
So I'm hit.
Lord.
Do
I'm
that
hit.
then, Bookie Bag. Do that then, Bookie Bag.
Kumbaya, my Lord.
That's weird. Okay.
Kumbaya.
Because
So
at the end of the day, you come
Oh
up on this lady
Lord,
platform and you
Kumbaya.
say you don't want nobody talking about you, but then you proceed to
no.
bring
I never
my
said that.
name
When
up
did I, Petty,
on
when did I
this
say that? Why
lady's
y'all keep
platform.
lying? When did I say that, Petty?
You
When did I say that?
Everybody
My
lying
issue
but
was
you.
my kids being brought up, my
Everybody
character
lying but
being
you.
diminished. You can say what you want about me.
Everybody
Why
lying but
can't
you.
we be
Y'all
friends?
can
Why
have
I
that.
know
can't
I
we
know
be
friends.
Y'all can
friends?
Because I
have this
see her
Why
conversation. You
friends
want
can't
to
do
come
each
in, we
other.
can
That's
do
all I
that.
I
know.
don't want no part
Like
of
I
that.
said, y'all can
I
have a
don't want no part of
conversation.
that.
We can do this. But
Kumbaya,
anyway, you want to do this
Baby,
conversation.
my
they can
Lord.
have that. Baby, they can have
Okay.
that.
Well, I don't. Okay, so I don't know what kind of issues y'all
I'm
have.
trying to get y'all to quiet down because Caitlin is trying to talk.
Well, I just had one thing I wanted to say because my thing is before somebody did, we were talking about I'm gonna talk about me because it's on the internet. I don't mind talking about how I feel, and I think that that's pretty obvious. I feel like by now. But earlier, when we were talking about Anthony, somebody did comment about you, Eb. They're commenting about you. They were asking about you and other people, other friends of Anthony. And I'm gonna be honest with what I said. The way that I feel, and I don't know if you know this, but if you don't, I'm gonna let you know what bothers me. And you don't have to answer to me because you don't owe me anything. I know that's just what it is. For me, the way I feel is I just feel like, in my opinion, I could be wrong. You could correct me, but this is how I feel. I just feel like there's a lack of accountability publicly between Anthony and people around him, close people around him. Whoever falls in that category is who falls in that category. But it just kind of felt like he's not who he says that he is, in my opinion. The things he said about Tasha, the things that he has done publicly and privately, I'm not sure if he informs you of what he says privately. And I know you and her don't talk, so you don't. It's some stuff you might not.
Nothing to do with their business. This is why I don't understand why.
I get
I'm
that.
not even mad about like Caitlin for honestly your opinion or anybody's opinion on what they think somebody should hold somebody accountable for. Like I'm not mad at that because that is the nature of the internet. Like I'm not mad at that. Right? That is not what is making me mad. What makes me not even mad, but what upsets me, right, is the fact that regardless of how y'all feel about any situation, I continually get dragged when I have nothing to do with it. That's my only issue because I would never let that happen to y'all. If I'm aware, it's not gonna happen. That is my only issue. I can't tell y'all how to feel about nothing. Nothing. So it is what it is. But you think I'm gonna have a live about somebody y'all cool with and people keep bringing you up and you think I'm gonna let that happen? If you either one of you sit here and say it does, it's a lie and y'all know this. I am me. I am one person. My mods even know. Nobody's coming in here talking about y'all, bringing y'all up. Girl, don't address me. You better not address me. But what I'm saying is, it's just, I don't understand. And then if I did address anybody, if you address something I've said, okay, that's fine because I said it. You can address it. That's your opinion if I said it publicly. But am I going to bring up y'all's children? Am I going to talk about y'all's lives? Am I going to talk about any addictions? Am I going to do any of that? No. And y'all know this. Just like everybody, your friend needs to be held accountable. They don't even want to hear nothing I'm saying right now.
Ooh, okay. I think she got banned or suspended. I'm just gonna tell y'all what I was saying. So somebody said that's for, huh?
Can I say something real quick?
Oh, go ahead.
She's not getting the heat for him. Let's explain that. However, as I've said before, Eb and I have had personal conversations about when stuff was going on. Eb knew about the divorce before any of y'all because I had a personal connection with Eb. I had personal conversations with Eb. So to sit here and hear the BS is pissing me off. Eb, where am I lying? Where am I lying? When I told you that man asked for a divorce, he asked me for a divorce. Did you not know beforehand? Did you not know beforehand?
I don't mean to cut you off, Tasha, but if Eb is still in here, this is pretty much all I was getting at. You are not, you're not responsible for whatever somebody else chooses to do. None of us are responsible for what anybody around the next person chooses to do. Because the thing is, it's not just, in my opinion, if I don't know if Eb is still in here, it's not just Eb. It's the close circle of people around him that I don't particularly care for. And somebody said in the comments that, you know, he has to own up to that, and he does. But what gets me is I think that when you have a group of people willing to call out everybody else, she's still okay. So when you have a group of people willing to call out everybody else, and one of the closest people to them inhabits some of those similar traits, for me personally, I find that troubling and I find that problematic. That's just my opinion. Like I said, nobody has to answer to me. I'm not anybody to answer to, but that's just my opinion. And that's why when we talk about this, they kind of get drug into it too. Other people bring them. I think people we associate people. People used to associate me with other people. That same thing still happens, but it's kind of like, I don't know if I brought her up or if I brought them up or if somebody just commented. Somebody commented, and I think that's how it got brought up. But my thing is, what I don't agree with, and I'm going to tell y'all this right now, what I don't agree with is talking about people's kids or talking about stuff that's irrelevant to what the deal is. I don't believe, like everything I told y'all things that were just what I felt was connected to the people involved. Like, I'm not going to bring up nobody's kids. I'm not going to talk about nobody's kids. I'm not going to talk about stuff that doesn't need to be talked about. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I was gonna come up here and say, friend. I was gonna say, while Ebony is talking and Petty and Tasha and they hashing their shit out, I just say had the comments off because people do attack people's kids and stuff like that, and like we don't want that. So I would just say turn the comments off for now while they hash this shit out. That way we can just avoid that period because that's not what we finna do.
And then another thing is that with Eb receiving unaliving threats, I don't agree with that either. And so I guess, even though I feel how I feel, for me, I have to be a lot more mindful of that, because while it seems like we're having conversation, I know some people are going off on their own and doing things like that, which is something I don't agree with, doing stuff like that. It adds nothing. It's purposeless, and it's kind of like it's pointless. Even though if you're still watching this, even though I feel how I feel, and it's like I've made that clear, and I will be honest, because somebody sent me a screen recording, and if you want to come back up and talk about this, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it did bother me when the whole situation happened where Anthony was on live saying that Tasha's attempt was fake, and it's just kind of like, I don't know if y'all checked him privately.
He did that twice, but
He did that a few times, honestly. I don't know if y'all said something to him. I know Jonty came out and said something, but I'm gonna be honest, it felt like Jonty came out and said something, because when he called me, he basically said Anthony had stuff on him. So it's not that he was afraid to say anything, but Anthony had something on him, which Jonty came out and spoke about it himself. But it was kind of like, it just seems like things within y'all's friendship is not, I don't want to say transactional, but it's kind of like, it's like there's no kind of accountability. It's just, maybe it seems like something y'all bond over is not holding each other accountable, which I'm not saying you have done anything worth being held accountable for, but like the whole group, it just seems like the bond there is just kind of like, it's just kind of like y'all kind of thrive on not holding each other accountable, in my opinion.
Can I point this out too, friend?
Yeah.
More than anything, I want to make it very, very clear. The victim here is Tasha. I don't care about things that transpire to cause arguments to escalate. The victim here is Tasha. Point blank, period. And I just want everybody to keep that in mind. The victim here is Tasha. That's what we all need to understand. I'm not saying that people can't speak their piece. I'm not saying that. I promise y'all I'm not. I just don't want us to forget that. More than
Right.
anything, Tasha shouldn't be this upset and arguing, or it shouldn't be. She's the victim, whether we want to believe it or see it that way or not. That's what it is.
Can I say something right quick? And then I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and drop if she's not gonna come back up.
Okay.
I didn't come over here to talk about Eb. That was not my intention. And it was people in the comment section that came over here into your live and said that Ebony was over there talking shit or whatever.
Yeah.
And we had a brief conversation of, well, who is she talking about? Some said she was talking about you because you were live now. Some said she was talking about me because I was live earlier. That is how we got on that discussion. And I said what I said. I repeated what I said. My intention wasn't to come over here and talk about Eb. I talked about her on my own live. So why would I need to come to your live and talk about her? They said she was on her live talking shit. There was a discussion in the comments about who she was talking about. Some said you, some said me. So nobody just brought her up just to say, oh, let's talk about Ebony right quick. That was not the case. I already said what I had to say, and I never talked about that woman's children. I don't know how many children she got, whether she got girls, boys, or both of them. I really don't give a damn. I ain't feeding them. So I don't care how many kids she got. The only thing that I said, somebody asked, was she living with him? And I specifically said, I don't know. But I saw her over there over the weekend. I did see her in the hotel. So I don't know where she living over there or not. They was even asking in the comments, are they dating? They asked me. I said, shit, I don't know. That's something you're going to have to ask them.
That was
Why are you asking me? So I didn't answer anything that I didn't see.
So here is my whole thing for everybody that's like, oh, what do she want Tasha? What does Tasha want Eb to do? Like, she want him, like, did she take? This is what I want y'all to understand. At one point, I considered Eb a friend. At one point, Eb knew a lot of the personal shit. At one point, I looked at Eb as a big sis. Literally. So what bothers me is that y'all can sit and call out all these other people, but y'all can't call out your friend. The fact that that man lied to y'all. He lied to y'all. He told y'all that I knew he was going live to say we were getting a divorce. That was a fucking lie.
I have the receipts of that too, everybody.
That was a lie. I never told that man, because why would I want my shit out here like that? The fact that the next day, this man sat and admitted to cutting up my debit card. That's financial abuse. The fact that this man called my attempt, me trying to unalive myself, fake. Y'all sit and y'all advocate. We protect Black women. We advocates for mental health. But then I'm sitting here watching. Y'all not say nothing.
This is why I wanted to come up when Eb was
Y'all
up,
didn't say
because
no. Hold on, Crystal. Y'all didn't say near not a nothing to this man when he left my kids with a random bitch. Y'all play deaf, dumb, and fucking blind. I sat in that fucking hotel room crying. Like, that's the shit that makes me fucking mad. Y'all want to call other people bullshit out, but y'all can't call out your friend for his shit? It's no way that you can sit and say you advocate for Black women while simultaneously listening to your friend tear down me, his wife.
clocked it.
Make that make sense. Y'all don't clock him for nothing. And that's the part that pisses me off. You want to say you his sister? You his friend? Y'all best friends and shit? Clock him. And don't sit over there and constantly clock him privately when he is constantly making shit publicly. So now all of a sudden that Tasha come to the fucking board and Tasha bring out the fucking guns and Tasha makes shit publicly. I'm the bad guy. I'll be that. I'll be the fucking bad guy. Because the shit is wrong. The shit is wrong. It's wrong. Ain't no way in hell I'm going to sit here and listen to Crystal talk negatively and not say nothing. Multiple times I sat back and I said nothing while my fucking character was diminished. So you want to talk about characters being diminished? You want to talk about looking like the bad person? You want to talk about mental health? Everybody wants you to support their mental health, but don't give a fuck about yours. Do you know what it's like to talk about your fucking postpartum only to get a phone call and be told, don't talk about that because it make me look bad? Do you know what it's like to sit there and have a motherfucker support everybody else but you? But somehow, because I'm the fucking woman, because I'm the black woman, I am the problem. I'm a problem if I stay. I'm a problem if I go. I'm a problem if I'm quiet. I'm a problem if I scream. I'm a problem if I cry. I'm just a fucking problem. That is why I'm angry. That is why I'm hurt. Because when a motherfucker know the inner workings of shit beforehand, but like I said, I've always said it. When it came down to me and her friendship, if it ever boiled down, she was more his friend than mine any day. I'm tired of sitting here being quiet while my character is being fucking tarnished. I'm tired of being quiet and sitting in my fucking corner crying and having to be strong for me and my kids because a motherfucker don't want to help. You could go party it up for your birthday, but you couldn't come see the kids. You could do a 24. Do you not understand that shit? You could do a 24-hour live, but can't call your kids. You could do a 24-hour live, but can't come get your kids. Do you know what it's like, Ed, for that motherfucker to spend more time with his TikTok friends than his kids? That's why I'm fucking angry. You get more time with that man than his own fucking children. So miss me with that bullshit of you playing the fucking victim. And on that note, I'm going to fucking work because I gotta fucking work to make sure my kids got it.
Love you, Tasha.
Love y'all.
I'll call you.
All right.
So, I was wanting to try and get them to calm down and talk because what people who are watching don't understand it is deeper than the surface, than what's on the surface. It's deeper. They have a history. At one point, they were friends. At one point, outside of social media, they were friends. So with it being, tensions being so high and both of them being so angry, they were not going to be able to have a healthy conversation on this live stream. So that's what I wanted. I wanted them to just, because it was pointless, friend. It was pointless.
Well, the thing is, I told so. When you had left out of here, what happened was when we were talking about the situation, Eb got brought up in the comments, and I told my opinion, and I was basically like, what I don't like is when it comes to people around him, bouncing off what Tasha just said. I don't feel like people held him accountable publicly, and it's likely that they're not holding him accountable privately. Now, I'm not saying that it is their job to play mom or dad or to say, well, you need to do this. But I feel like as a friend, if you are really down for somebody, then you put them.
Yeah.
It's a little, your background is a little loud. Thank you, friend. But that's how I felt, and I went into it because this is not what I said today. This was not the first time I said that. Not the first time I said anything I've said. I've said this even in the past. Now I can understand Eb's frustration of constantly being brought up. And my thing is
Yes,
what I'm
yes.
gonna tell with y'all is what I'm gonna tell y'all is that I don't, like I said before, we're not talking about nobody kids. We're not sending nobody unalivement threats. And for me, I should do a better job of not even entertaining conversations or bringing them up myself. Even though it's some stuff I don't like, I have to hold myself accountable because I shouldn't do that. I still feel how I feel. I still said what I said, but I have to be more mindful of, I will be honest and say sometimes I forget that even though I won't do certain things, some of y'all won't do it. So my thing is, I still said what I said, and I don't have a problem repeating that even privately to Eb. I don't think she would care for that, but it's like what I did say, I can continue to say. I don't have an issue with that. It's just I know that I have to be more cognizant of things like that. But you know, I've said how I felt, and the reason I feel that way is because of everything Tasha said. It's kind of like it's not just about, oh well, you hurt my friend's feelings and I don't like that. The deep-rooted pain that Tasha has felt, that she has felt in the past and that she still feels now because of what he chooses to prioritize, and it feels like the people around him don't care. People that used to be close to her, it feels like they don't care. It feels like it's you know, they could care less. That's why I say it feels like they don't hold each other accountable. I feel like at the least, you know, if I'm friends with a person that got kids, damn, you haven't seen your kids in a while. What's going on?
That's what we talked about the other day, right? From here, I told you, I was like, damn, if that was me, Kaylin, you would get on my ass. If I was being a piss poor ass mom, you would let me have it. Tasha would get on my ass if that was me.
Yes, that's why I feel the way that I feel. And it's kind of like before Tasha left, when it came to even stuff going back as far as Anthony saying stuff on live about Tasha, it was kind of like the way I feel is if you have suffered with something, or if you have gone through something, I would think that you would be a little more delicate to somebody else that has gone through the same. But it felt like there was no sensitivity there for Tasha. And I'm like, some of y'all have gone through the same stuff Tasha has gone through. So it's kind of like, what are we doing? It just felt like, and there was a conversation, actually, I'm happy Crystal is here. There was a conversation that Crystal said that Eb, I don't know if you're still watching Eb, but there was a conversation Crystal said she had with you, and that conversation had really just like turned me off. And I know we're not supposed to always listen to he say, she say, but there are certain things certain people will say that I know is not a lie. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that she said that you said definite things, but the energy you gave her and what you did say, she was able to draw. Well, Crystal, if you want to talk about that, you can.
So basically, I expressed my feelings about the situation to Eb, and we did talk. One thing I've always been vocal about, and Kaylin, you can clarify, is that I love Eb. I've never denied that I don't love Eb. I do love her. We have a history, you know, but I had to distance myself because of her ties to Anthony. I couldn't do it. When we talked, I told her, I said, Eb, she told me, Crystal, I just wish that you would have came to me to talk to me about it before you went live with Tosh. I said, before I went live, and I basically, you know, we aired all this shit out. And I told her I felt like there was no point in me doing that because I felt like no matter what, you gonna believe any and everything this man say. I told her, I said, Eb, this man lied. He lied about this, he lied about that, he lied about this, and for what? You know, like, he, point blank period, he lied. He is painting her out to be a villain. He's painting her out to be, when behind closed doors, he's verbally, financially, mentally, emotionally abusive. I told her that, you know, and it was just kind of like, oh, well, I see where you coming from. I can understand. And it's just like nothing, you know, like it was just nothing, you know. That's pretty much it.
So I want to answer sensitive insanity. You said, why does she or anyone have to hold him accountable? My thing is, I'm not expecting them to be miracle workers. And my thing is, I'm not trying to, the focus got shifted to that because of kind of the conversation today. I will bring them up. My thing is, for me personally, the only thing that personally made me do is distance myself from them. That was it. Like, I wasn't finna make no video about it or nothing. I wasn't finna harp on it because it's kind of like, okay, I kind of see where y'all stand. In my opinion, I don't like this, so I'm gonna distance myself from it. And so today when we were talking about it, people kind of brought them up because people were, not just Eb, but like people around him. Oh, does he still hang with this person? Are they still cool? And I gave my opinion, how I feel, how I've always felt. The thing is, I'm not expecting the accountability to be taken off of him and thrown onto other people. But the way that I personally feel is that it's very telling when you have people around you that are not willing to check you. And so for me, I push back from them because I was friends with them too. So I just push back. That's just how I
Can I
feel.
say this, Kaylin? Because it's almost
Yeah.
like sometimes people have air between their ears, and it's like it don't matter how much we reiterated, how much Tasha reiterated. It's like people believe what they want to believe. People thrive off negativity. Y'all listen to me very, very carefully. I know it's loud because unlike Anthony, I'm with my kids. Tasha is not blaming Ebony for anything. Tasha is not blaming Ebony for Anthony's actions. Tasha is upset, angry, and hurt because they had a personal relationship off of social media. It has nothing to do with trying to hold her accountable for his actions. It is simply saying, I am hurt. We were cool. I thought we were friends. This is how I feel. Point blank, period. Okay? Y'all got it? Are we clear? Y'all understand? It's not rocket science. It's not. It's really not rocket science. I promise. It's not, y'all.
But that's how I feel. And like that's why I said what I said and I feel how I feel. And so it's like, I mean, that's just that. Like, so I get why Tasha is upset. And for me, like, I'm gonna be honest, like the same way other people pick sides, I will pick a side. I said this earlier. I will pick a side. I will always pick my friends. I'm gonna always pick my friends. I'm gonna be as realistic as I can about the situation. Like I feel like when it comes to this, I'm gonna be honest. It may be because I care about my friends. I might hit a low blow or I might talk about things I might have no business. My bad, y'all. My iPad is dying. But I do my best. Like I haven't said anything different because somebody just said, we've talked about this before, and we've talked about this this is not the first time we've had this conversation. It should be the last though, because Tasha actually came out and got all of this stuff off of her chest. That's why things kind of drug along, because Tasha was saying little things, but not everything. And if she didn't say anything, I wouldn't be upset about that because it's her story, it's her pain, it's her hurt. So that's just what that is. But now that's why this is all coming out now, because she, it boiled over and now she got it off her chest. But that's how I feel. Like I said, for me, one thing I probably know about me now, I'm gonna over explain, I'm gonna over get into it because I want to make sure everything is overstood. Not just I want to make sure it is overstood. Yeah, look, Crystal know how I am. She knows how I am. I don't regret nothing I said. I don't. I feel how I feel, and that's just that, because I know what Tasha has gone through. So, and
we gonna lead us, and we gonna lead us here and be done with it. You
Yeah.
agree, friend?
Yes. I'm not gonna talk
Even
about
if
no
they
more.
say anything, even if we brought up like we don't have nothing
I'm
to
just
say,
leave it alone.
yeah, we done with
Yeah.
it. Team Brats, by the way, Team Brats. That's Bay. I see her in the comments. Kay, I love you. And that's that. That's that on that. Period.
And one last thing, if y'all love Crystal and support her, please go buy her EP. It's in her bio. You can pay what you want. So yeah,
Oh, thank you, friend. Yeah, y'all. I dropped an entire EP. It is my very, very first project. I can use y'all support now more than ever. Click the link in my bio, pay what you want, and download my EP, y'all. Like, I got bangers. Period.
But yeah, so that's all we want to tell y'all. I'm gonna call Tasha and make sure she's okay. Yeah, I'm happy she got it off her chest. That's all. So if anything is said about us, it is what it is. Like, I feel how I feel. Y'all see how Tasha feels. Everything is I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna call her and talk to her, make sure she's okay. And if y'all want to do anything to support Tasha, just follow her. If y'all want to cash app her, her cash app is over here where Crystal is. NV1218. So or support her, watch her content, comment, interact with her, anything like that. Tasha deserves the world plus more. She deserves a whole solar system. Tasha is just, I really love her so much. So I'll check in and make sure she's okay. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening, and thank y'all for supporting Tasha. That's the biggest thing. Thank y'all for supporting her. I'll let her know that y'all was still showing some love and support. I'll let her know. So I'm gonna call y'all back later, okay? If I don't call y'all back today, I'll probably call y'all tomorrow or like the next couple of days. And I love y'all. I love all of y'all.